What's up, guys? Just want to share some thoughts on probably the number one thing most retail day traders face. And more often than not, that one thing is over trading. And I want to talk about a couple ways that you could try to overcome it, right? You know, for some people, hitting that buy or sell button is like rolling the dice. You know, it's gambling to them. It's a dopamine hit. All right. When you go to Atlantic City, or which is by me, or if you go to Las Vegas, like you get that dopamine hit when you hit the button on the, on the slot machine or on the game you're playing, or you're throwing the dice or whatever it is you're doing. Like you get a dopamine hit. And some people for trading, like that's a dopamine hit for them. So what I encourage traders to do that do suffer from that, and that's more on the mental, emotional side, is to do something before you trade that feeds your dopamine. And I'm not talking about doing recreational drugs. I'm talking about take an ice cold shower, right? Take a walk, do some exercises, burn off whatever it is inside of you, or do whatever it takes so that dopamine hits before you come to the market. Because trying to trade when you're seeking, the fulfillment of dopamine from hitting that buy or sell button is going to end in tragedy. You're going to blow up prop firm accounts. You're going to squander your personal money, whatever it is. It's not going to go well. Okay. Secondly, from a technical perspective, I would consider focusing more on whatever higher time frame or frames that you use to qualify your trades, right? Most people trade intraday with either a 1 minute, a 2 minute, a 3 minute, a 5 minute chart for the most part. And whatever, it really comes down to whatever you're comfortable with. For me, a 1 minute chart's a little bit noisy. A 5 minute chart's a little bit slow. A 3 minute chart seems to be the spot that I like the most. But sometimes I look at the 5 minute, and if the 5 minutes doing something I like, I dip down to the 1 minute. Like, it's conditional on the way that the market is reacting, for me at least. But I'm looking at higher time frames to qualify my trades, and I'm looking at a 15 minute to see what it's doing. I'm looking at a 60 minute. I'm looking at a 4-hour chart. I mean, before I even sit at the desk, to turn on the trading terminal, like, I look at a weekly chart, I look at a daily chart, I look at an 8-hour chart, I look at a 4-hour chart, and I go, okay, what is the bigger picture doing? Because more often than not, if I trade with the bigger picture, there's a greater chance that I'm going to have success, right? Is the market on a big picture trending higher or lower? Is the market on the short term trending higher or lower? Are there any points of interest that price has heavily reacted to that I need to mark off so that if price comes back to it, I'm aware that this provided previous support or resistance? So maybe rather than dialing down to the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, stay more focused on your higher time frame, whatever that time frame is. And then when you see that higher time frame approaching a level, an area of supplier demand, support or resistance, a trend line, a channel structure, whatever technique you use to analyze the market, then go, okay, there's potential for support here. There's potential for resistance here. Now I'm going to go to my shorter time frame. I'm going to pull up my order flow. I'm going to look at my book map, and I'm going to go, okay, here's where the liquidity lies, the sitting liquidity. Here's how the orders are getting filled. Is there a bias, of buyers or sellers? Can I identify a potential reversal here? Can I identify potential continuation? If I can't identify anything, I'm not going to do anything. But if I can, am I ready and willing to partake in the market? So doing those things should, and I'm telling you from experience what I've done to, not seek that reaction of buying or selling the market too quickly. Like I was in this rut for a long time, and I'm sharing this with you because that's my goal with this content, is to share with you my struggles. I was in this rut for the longest time that the first trade I took, for some reason, almost every day, was this knee-jerk reaction that ended up taking a loss. And now I'm in a mental state of, you fucking idiot. Like, you shouldn't have done that. You knew better. You did it anyway. And now when I'm ready to take my second trade, the trade that I've been patiently waiting for because I know I fucked up the first one, I sit there and go, okay, now I'm ready. I place the trade. I'm in the profit. I've advanced my stop loss, blah, blah, blah. I'm back to my break even for the day, right? Like I've already started taking profit. I'm even. Do I let this trade run or do I just call it quits? Like, now I'm second guessing, and now I gotta revert back to my trade management plan and go, all right, listen, this tells you that you pay yourself and protect yourself. That's the method you employ. You have to let the trade run. If it's going to run, great. If it doesn't run, you'll get stopped out at break even. But it would then be a battle in my mind of saying, you always want to know better, right? Like, you always want to be, you want to think that you know more than you give yourself credit for, and you don't, right? Like, you don't. If you don't follow your trade plan, you're going to lose money. So those are just kind of some of the thoughts that I have regarding trying to take less trades, because that's what I see. Like, I see traders that they just need to take trades. And if you're an impulsive trader, rather than squandering your money, because that's what's going to end up happening, pull up a paper trading account and just play with it. I know that sounds terrible, but just play with it. Because maybe you need to tweak your strategy so that, and you prove that it works for you. But more often than not, taking more trades of lower quality is not the answer. Taking less trades of higher quality is the answer. And in doing that, again, I recommend seeking if you're seeking dopamine in the market, I recommend seeking that dopamine outside of the market first and doing whatever it may be to, seek that excitement that you need, so that the excitement's already embraced and it's not needing to be embraced by hitting the buy or sell button. From a mental, emotional standpoint. From a technical standpoint, dial it up. Dial it up. Focus on a 1 hour chart, a 2 hour chart, a 3 hour chart, a 4 hour chart. I don't give a crap what time frame you focus on. Don't look for the nook and crannies of a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, or 5 minute chart. Look at a 15 minute. Whatever, I don't care. Whatever works for you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to help you understand that this is what I've had to do to overcome hitting that buy or sell button prematurely, right? Because you hit it prematurely, you make a shitty trade, you realize you made a shitty trade. Then when the good trade comes along, if you're mentally prepared to hit the buy or sell button, you do, and then you start second guessing yourself. And it's an awful place to be, right? It's really not good for your account. So I'm just encouraging you to seek things a little bit differently, mentally and emotionally, from a place that you are satisfied when you come to your trading terminal, and technically from a higher time frame. So guys, if you find this content helpful, if you're enjoying it, I just ask that you like the video, perhaps subscribe to the channel if you want to learn more. My goal is to help you get through the hurdles, the pain, the suffering, the discomfort that I went through, and truth be told, still go through. Like, as a trader, you're going to, even though you've refined these things, you're going to battle them forever, right? Like, you're going to always battle that mental state, that emotional state, following the trade plan. Like, discipline is hard. Consistency is hard, but you have to master it, and you have to practice it, and you have to embrace it every single day. Every time you come to that computer. And for me, it's getting up early, maybe a cold shower, maybe a walk, maybe completing a chore, whatever it may be, that when I come to the computer, I'm just looking for the best setup. If I feel like I'm trying to micromanage a small time frame, I just dial it out. All right? I just pull it out. I like the 4 hour chart. It's just me. I just do. Right? You may like the 1 hour chart. It's fine. Nobody's here to tell you what's right or wrong. God bless, guys. I'll see you in the next video.